Right, hello YouTube. I am using a bell play on Hidden Graveyard to show how best to run a Spectre. This is guide solely based on getting 4k. That's 4 kills, that is. Not on scoring or bullet coins. Now, this is not the most fun way to play a Spectre for survivors. It is very oppressive way to play Spectre, in fact. This will not guarantee a 4k for all of you out there, but it will get you very, very close to it. When I say it's very unfun way for receiving end of survivor is because it targets people, kills multiple people at the same time, and it makes survivors think that they can't do much. There are ways to counter it, and I will discuss that at the end of the video as well. So, first of all, as you look at the map, for now, we can see the map, but in upcoming patches, the maps will be hidden as well, so you don't know which map to go for. So always make sure you have your optimal perks. That goes for both survivors and Spectre as well. Now, this is a hidden graveyard. Hidden graveyard means that there's not many doors to destroy, and so therefore, it is important on both sides. So Spectre, destroy the key doors as soon as possible. And for survivors, open those doors as soon as possible. It is very hard to do so, but it's not impossible. So opening these doors are actually quite important. Now, as soon as the game begins, Nipa starts to get chased. So she already took 2 hits opening a door. Not the best choice, but it is a choice. And she goes down, either superhero landing or just taking damage, either way. Now at this point, Nipa has enough stamina to run out and drop again if she wants to, but she refused to. Instead, she's using a vent. Not the best of choice. If you wasn't for this Yuri being stupid, she should have just closed the door and ran for it. But unfortunately for that Nipa, this Yuri is just... I don't know what she's doing essentially. She closed the door. Just gets 3 free hits from that. Can't really far because it's Yuri. And she doesn't have any camera either because she's holding an item in her hand. But here, you can teleport and easily catch up as well. So that's why I have a Dark Occult equipped here. But again, Dark Occult is not really necessary at all. And she's dead. She literally just died with closing all the doors that everybody else is open. But in the meantime, Nipa has healed, so it's not exactly bad for other survivors. But again, Nipa's problem is that she doesn't have enough stamina to run for long. That said, even on Hidden Graveyard, it's easy enough to loop a Spectre for almost an infinite loop on this area. Now pause here for a second. The reason I'm not chasing that Nipa again is because you can see the outline of a survivor doing a ritual. So best thing to do is push that person off because that's literally the only ritual that's going on. If I could get a hit, even better. If not, that's fine. Early shield just in case of the knife. That drop is not exactly the best because you can easily catch up, but I see Nipa praying with the incense, so I'll go chase Nipa again. She's injured. There's not many places she can run to.
Oh my god, why do I get stuck in there?
She goes through the vent, but vent is pretty much guaranteed to hit against Bell because of the blood loss that's been built up. Now she goes up. The best thing to do obviously is to go drop down again. Even if it means taking some damage, it is worth doing it, but she doesn't do that. I don't know why. Sturdy has a proc. And even though with the stamina potion, you should just drop down. She can't do it because of Sturdy's proc, but she should have a super landing, you'd have thought, but hey ho. And there's no reason to chase anybody else at this point, because you know this Nipa is going to die. So you finish killing her off. That's the more important thing to do. And that was Yuri doing that ritual there. And Yuri's already died once before. So again, good idea to do is chase that Yuri if you can find her. But since you can't, you just wait for the cooldown of your invisibility to see where other people are. That gives you full insight on where people are, and you see Tim and person doing a ritual over here. That's another Tim. Against the Tim, if they're holding a knife, a good Tim player will use a knife as soon as possible, because that will build you some distances so straight off and get the cooldown off straight away. Only a bad Tim player will wait and use that knife at the end. Not a necessary thing to do. It's better to just use the knife, grab the item as soon as you can. Now, while I'm chasing this Tim, here's a problem. This Tim was running toward where Nipa's soul is. If you are being chased, you should not be running toward where soul or rituals are. It's simple as that. Why? Because this Tim was running toward the soul, I see that the other Tim has managed to pick up the soul. Your thing to do as a Spectre now is drop a chase on this red Tim and start chasing Tim with a soul. Because if you're chasing the Tim with a soul, you are attacking two people at the same time. So that's Nipa and the Tim who's holding Nipa's soul. So you're wasting two people's time essentially doing this, rather than getting that person res and get free res and get free progress. And because this Tim is holding soul in the hand, that means you don't have to be afraid of any items like rattans or knife for stuns. So you just keep chasing. Which means Tim's got not much of a choice except use every resource on the map, such as doors, to run. So now he's managed to teleport, drop down, but like teleport, just catch up. Using the vent. Again, vent doesn't do much because you still retain your bloodlust when you teleport. Tim, even though Tim's got a lot of stamina, he can't run forever, so he will have to get hit. And therefore he drops soul, grab the stamina drink, and starts running. So while the Tim is running, I see Yuri doing a ritual chest. No need to do a ritual chest. There are 3 rituals activated at this point, so there is no need for you to open a chest for another instance. But she's doing that for some reason. Okay, that's fine. But when you get chased off the instance, where you should be running now is to where Tim was running. She should be running exactly the same place as where Tim is running, away from the soul. But instead, she runs towards the soul. So what do? You chase her. Then she goes on and uses all the resources as soon as possible. So again, I get rid of the resources. And because my invisibility on cooldown, I go out to destroy more cabinets. Then I say Tim again. So, Tim's got soul again. So what do? You chase Tim. And you use invisibility as soon as you can in most scenarios, because as soon as you hit the survivor, your invisibility goes on cooldown anyway. So you use it as soon as you can at all times. Now this Tim is very close to dying at this point. And he can drop down again, which is a good thing to do. But if the other Tim actually managed to stun me with a rattan or blind me or anything like that, it would have been a lot better as a team. But that's not the case. So the Tim tries to res, but it's not going to happen. Simply because he just doesn't get enough time. There's no teammate supporting him. It's pause here for a second. So both of them are trying to do the same ritual at the same time. When you know that there is a Tim being chased with a sword in his hand. Okay, they're trying to rush the ritual as soon as they can. But if you're gonna do that, at least hide well enough to do it. And again, Yuri is making the same mistake for the 3rd time in a row. She's running toward the wrong direction. And after hitting Yuri, pause for a second, I can see, quickly checking behind me, I can see somebody holding the soul again. So what do? You chase the soul. And because of Yuri, what I'm doing here now is because Yuri is actually on the brink of death at this point. So I go out looking for Yuri. And invisibility goes again. activated. And as soon as I activate invisibility, what do I see? Tim with a soul. Just not helping, is it? At this point. So Tim's running direction here this time isn't bad. At this point, like, he should have gone to the left side of the map and go up on the far side, but he went back to where he dropped the soul, which means again other Tim is now here picking up the soul, and he's going to get chased because of this. This is what I meant by it is a very unfun style for survivors. Partially it's because one, the red Tim that is not running in a proper direction. Same with the Yuri. Only this Tim, the one that's holding the sword right now, is doing well enough in terms of running directions and diverting. But other ones are running Spectre back to where souls are. Back to Ritual, kind of okay at this point, because if you want to resurrect Nipa first anyway. But you're running towards where soul is, but that means if other teammates try to go and resurrect that soul, they can't. Simply because there is a Spectre chasing your ass down at that point. And this looks like on a survivor side that Spectre is always on the case, whoever's got the soul. That's not really the case, and I'm putting the pressure across all people, you can see that, and it is actually making them do no ritual progress at this point, and they're all dying because of that. So what can you do as a survivor in this kind of situation? Well, you can literally, all three, as soon as the first 3 rituals are activated, you can just focus doing the ritual. Sometimes you can just give up on people. It is not a bad idea to cut the losses. So that Nipa was not a loss, to be fair. Yuri was a fucking loss. She was not doing any rituals. She was busy doing chests to heal herself, and she failed to do so. This Tim, the red Tim, was same as well. As soon as he was injured and with sturdy proc, he went out looking for chests to heal himself. That's why he could take extra 2 hits at the end of the game as well. On the flip side, if you just ignore that soul, do the ritual, you can literally afford to do all 3 rituals. Soul has 120 seconds timer until you actually completely disappear, whereas the rituals only take about 100 seconds altogether, even if you are trying to hit all the skill checks and waste all the time doing that. If you skip the skill checks, you can do it between about 80 to 90 seconds. So you can actually do rituals faster. If you actually hit great skill checks, all of them, you can do it about 80 seconds without using sharp eye too. So you can just do the rituals, and that will still give you enough time to run towards the soul, grab it, resurrect it, while the other teammates get the items necessary to fight the Spectre at the same time. But that was not the case here. They were busy not doing anything, and every time they are running towards the soul. That's the problem. If you're running as a survivor, make sure you're not running to key areas. So if there's nobody dead, then don't run around the areas of ritual. If somebody's dead, don't run around the areas of soul. Simple as that. That is it from me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I upload videos on regular basis. If you got any suggestions or anything you have in mind, please leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.